Sorry. Thank you, Jennifer. All right. I have to start all over unless you guys were good at reading lips. Oh, my sound shouldn't have been shut off on it shouldn't have been muted on my sound, but it was muted on my camera. Okay. Welcome everybody and happy Wednesday. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful y'all are here. I'm going to be making the extra large pot holder. It's called a pot holder, but it's a casserole dish holder. This is the biggest one yet. I've been practicing different techniques with these sizes. These are good for like the Pyrex, dishes that that you would do. This was the first one I used, which is the back is larger and then you roll them over. I had trouble when I did the quilting and it shifted and it just made it really small. These are just for me. And then this one, I really like this one. And this is the technique that I'll be doing today. You add strips to them, and then so that's what. So this is the one I did Monday night, and I think I did this one last Wednesday. But anyway, so these are my practice ones. They're still useful. They're just. Oh, sorry, I lost my other slipper. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to be doing is making the large one that you could fit, like you could fit multiple casserole dishes on, or a big 9x13. So I'm going to say hello to a few people that are here in the chat. Hello, Lena Doyle. Thank you for being here. Lady Bird. Yeah, they should have given you the whole week off, but then you'd be tired next Monday too. Hello, LFB and Jennifer Hancock and Jess Craft Therapy. Thank you all for being here. Sharon Davenport, thank you for being here. Robin's Creations. I saw that you posted a video this morning, Breakfast and Chat. I thought that was a cute title, and I will be watching that later. And let's see, Bedazzling Designs. Yeah, okay, hopefully you can hear me now. I'm sorry, my sound was muted. Barb, thank you for coming in. And let's see if we have anything. Okay, so I'm caught up. I'm down to the bottom. So I'll get started. So the size that I made, and I made up the size, so we'll see how it works out. I figured it's not going to matter if it's too big. So I mean, this is what I was playing with. Anyway, so this one is, and that's why I didn't post the other one. This one I did make a post of the sizes that I used for this one. But I didn't post this one because I don't know how it's going to work out. So I'll post it once I figure it out. So the front piece is, and this is one of the fat quarters, like from Dollar Tree, and it comes. This roll comes 18 by 21 inches and it's 100% cotton. So I cut this, and this piece is 13 by 18. And then the back piece is a fat quarter from Walmart. And I'm not affiliated with either of those companies. But so this piece is 14 and a half by 19 and a half. And then I cut two pieces of my Heat and Zap. You just need a cotton batting. You don't want a You don't want a polyester batting because when you put something hot on there, it'll melt the binding and then it's not being protective. But anyway, so I have 2 pieces of that, and you can use whatever you use for your hot pads or whatever. You know, I think it's called Insulbrite, or you know, there's many out there. What I'm learning, and so anyway, so the back piece fits the binding, and then I have 2 strips. They're 1¼ inch wide. Oh, these are my instructions for the next video. They're 1¼ inch wide, and I didn't write these down. I just know they're 1¼ inch wide. So you need 2 that are 14.5 inches. Let me see. No, these are the 19.5 inches because they're going to go along the bottom. And then 2 pieces, 1¼ inches wide, and these are 13 inches. Okay, and we're going to start off with those. So take your front piece and you're going to lay it flat, and you're going to pin these along the side, your short end. So you start off with your short pieces. And you're going to use a 1/4 inch seam. And this will be on one of these that you sew to the front piece. You're going to leave an opening here, and you're going to turn it in here, and that way you don't have to like do one when you're finished with it. My sorry, I don't have my pedal on the floor. And of course it won't flip up. Okay. We'll plug in my machine, and all my I don't have to tape my table together. That's just my my tape that I use to mark my quilting instead of using a pen. Okay, so 1/4 inch. A little crowded here this morning. All right, then I'm going to take my next short piece. And put it on this other side. I think I'm going to leave my opening. No, I'll do it on the long side. It wasn't difficult to turn it. When I made the hot pad ones, I mean the smaller ones, like you could put a 10-inch plate on it or bowl. I'm sorry if there's any questions. You broke your chair. You guys can hear me now, right? Okay. Hi, Jessie. Welcome in. Hey, Geneva. Welcome in. Aruji, I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome in. Thank you for coming. Yes, Robin. And I've been doing. She says the quilting adds character, and I've been doing different ones, and I'm eventually going to venture into making round ones. But we'll see. Nikki, hi. Precious Pieces, hello. Thank you all for coming in. Let me see. Wow, I missed a lot. Hanyu, welcome in. Thank you for coming. Nina. What is the blue painter guides for? This is just me. I'll show you. I use it for the quilting part. Instead of marking, I used it here. So like I stitched here, which was a 1/4 inch from the binding, and then I put a piece of tape down here, and then I stitched along there, and then I did it again, and then this is a 1/4 inch from that one. So that's what I did there. And the same thing here is I used the painter's tape and just moved it to make the thing. That's all. And then I just stuck it here because it's still good to use again. So it's, I don't need, it's not a guide that I use on my table. It's just, I use my table just to keep my tape. I also tape it to my Cricut machine that's sitting here. Let's see. I think I'm down to have Rosalind Lewis. Welcome in. Kristen Sensi, hey, welcome in. Okay, I'm back to the bottom. So when I move the laptop down, I can't see the chat. Eventually I'll be grown up enough to have an overhead camera, but we do what we can do with what we have. And I have to use my phone as my sound because, my laptop, my new, only 2-year-old gaming laptop just died, and it was going to cost more to get it fixed. So it's in the hands of a student right now, and he's repairing it for free because it's homework for him. So I'm using my old one, but the sound is bad in that, so I have to use my phone. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and what did I do with my? Then I'm going to go ahead and press these open. Okay, so then this is what you have. I don't know if you can. So here's what you have so far. And now we're going to take don't have enough camera for this. Anyway, so then you're going to take the longer strips and you're going to do the face down, even though this really doesn't have a right side or wrong side. But when you sew this, you use the shorter ends first because then now these match up here. So the long edge. And this is just a faux binding. Some of you do quilting and can do the real deal, which I've seen enough videos where it doesn't really look that difficult, but I'm doing for the beginner sewers and learning different techniques to help all those just getting into sewing. Funny story. My great granddaughter, I had shown her some pictures of fabric. I tell you, my hair gets everywhere. Some pictures of fabric because I told her I want to make an apron, and she got really excited. And last night when I was doing homework with her, because I switched my Monday night to Tuesday night, just this week, because she was off Monday, so there's no homework. And so anyway, she says, I was telling her, I says, oh, and and tomorrow's payday. I can go get your fabric for your apron. And she goes, Gigi, what's an apron? Oh my goodness. All the time I thought she was excited because I was making her an apron. She didn't even know what it was. Okay, so then I'm going to stitch this one, and we're still using 1/4 inch seam, and back stitch at the beginning and back stitch at the end, and that secures your stitching. From coming undone. Is Rosalind the only one that can't hear me? Hi, Beverly. Welcome in. Okay, so then this, on this side, I'm going to leave an opening. So still match it up end to end, along the top. What I love about this technique is then the opening ends up being hidden, and you don't have to worry about it in the seam, because it's going to be in the seam here. I'm going to go ahead and move it here to here. Hey, Kelly, welcome in. Okay, this is where I'm stopping, and I'm going to do a back stitch to secure that area. Keeping an eye on my top thread because it's at the end of the spool and I didn't want to like change it. I've been changing it, and then I have all these partially, ready to, you know, not full spools laying around. All right, then I'm going to, so all of this is going to be a gap. Back stitch again. Okay, then I'm going to press these. Okay, so this is where I left the opening. We're going to attach the back side, face right sides together. And the hey Lucille, Barb, it's actually called pumpkin, so it is orange, and it really complements the the flowers in here. This has three. It's like it's red, and then it has a burst of orange and then this lighter orange, and it really looked. I took a piece of the Dollar Tree fabric into Walmart to find a piece that to go with it. Because my family doesn't do, um, they don't decorate specifically for holidays. So I wanted something. Um, her her counters are black, and the wood cabinets and the table are dark. So I wanted something to like pop, add color. So you don't have to worry about leaving an opening now. Sorry, you couldn't see me. You're just going to like totally sew all the way across. Um, and of course, I don't know why I'm doing this. I have to add the batting. So with the batting, you want to use I need more table. What just So you want to add the batting. Oh, that's the tape I feel underneath there. So, as I was saying, you want to add the batting in, and you want to use a basting spray. I don't have a basting spray, so I'm using the basting stick. And I'll pin it too. So I'm going to. I know I don't use enough of it, but you ought to say that it gunks up your needle. So I'm always cautious of that, and I don't use enough of it, and so it doesn't stick during the whole quilting process. So that's what I need to get better at. Got it. Sorry. They're doing road work outside. They're really stirring up the bug system out there. I've got mosquitoes in here. There was one that was bothering me this morning, and I hope that was it. Right. All right. This is the first time making something so big. All right, so to stand up for this. So matching these edges up here and along the sides. Then, oh man, this stuff dries fast. Okay, this is the side I used. All right, then I'm going to put these here. And I'm only using 2 layers. Some of the videos I saw was 3 layers. Oh, I did cut it bigger than, okay. So I did cut it bigger than the outside. So I'm just going to make sure it all matches. Where I have an epic fail. Just, I think that wasn't my camera. I just knocked my phone. Can you all still hear me? Can you still hear me? Okay. I see my mic moving. All right. I have to cut this. Apparently my as I said, I made up my measurements, so if you're sewers, you know, sewing math just ain't it's different. It's a different kind of math. And I love math. All right. So, oh, I should say that. So I had to cut this much off of my measurement. All right. So now it all fits. It's just not sticking anymore. But anyway, so now let's go ahead and so maybe basting spray would be easier than this basting stick. And if you use any spray, spray it away from your sewing machine or and your computer, anything equipment, because you don't need to get that gunk in your machines. Okay. So then I'm going to put the next layer on. Then we can sew, do the best part. Okay. That one I didn't have a problem with. And if you have a walking foot, it's good to have a walking foot for your machine with all these layers, which I found out it helps to prevent it from all shifting. I don't have my machine is a craft machine. It doesn't even have the opportunity to add a walking foot with it, but she does she does sew through all these layers, and it's just that things do shift. So because it shifts, I'm going to go ahead, even though I stuck all that down, I'm still going to go ahead and add pins to these layers so that hopefully I can do better, because this one is actually going to be a gift, and I hope I hope it's presentable enough. But the thing is when you have your food on here, nobody's going to see. But if you're giving it as a gift, your hostess will. We'll see. All right. So why? See, it's shifting already. All right. Just bear with me. We know what happens with lives, and this is a learning experience for everybody that is learning to sew. Things happen, and this is how you recover with it. All right. So all that shifted. I don't care about the batting. The batting is supersized, but I do want my top and my bottom hot pad to line up. Okay, so maybe I need to not do it that way and just pin it this way. Somebody saying, okay, no help, chat. Okay, so there, I made it that far. Now let's go ahead and do this. All right. All right. So my thread is getting down here. There's just this much, but I would rather it run out during this stitching part instead of the quilting part. So I'm gonna let it ride. And so even though I'm over the edge here, I'm going to be doing my 1/4 inch seam based on this. And I'm going to be okay, I see what's happening. So I need to like repin again because the top piece is not equaling out to this. So let's go ahead and pin. So I'm going to have to pin. And I didn't have this problem with the smaller ones, but I will conquer this. I will. All right. So I will be, you know, it's like I get it even and then I pin it and it still shifts down. So I'm just going to move on. I'm going to follow my 1/4 inch from this top edge here. And all this is going to get cut off anyway. All right. But I don't want to be short on the batting. All right. I'm just going to roll with it. Let's go. And because there's so much fabric, I did make my thread stitches bigger. I don't know what size it is because my machine just says A B C D and I'm using D. All right. All right. Time to change the thread. So that thread had a little tail on it, and that tail was wrapping around the thread holder. And it made it tight, which then snapped my thread. There we go. Okay, I don't know where that's supposed to go. All right, so I'm just going to rethread real quick. Once again, thank you everybody for being here. You're at work. Thank you for being in the bushes. Be careful. Please remember to hit the thumbs up. Even if you're watching the replay. Okay, we are back. All right, we have this full spool of thread, so the bobbin looks like I can make it through this. All right, here we go. Yes, thank you, Tanya. Hey, unbiased. Just popping in, hit the like and say hello. Doing hair today. I appreciate you coming in, Queen. Um, this is the area. This is the area here that I have open. So I'm making sure that it matches up. It doesn't matter about the part that's open because that will get stitched in, but I want to make sure that at least the edges are matching. Okay, so I'm just going to remove these pins. Get a sip of coffee. Okay, I will. Well, thank you for coming and spending, your free moments that you have. Oh, some needle felting. Okay. Okay, so then now I'm just going to clean all this up and then I'll turn it and then do some quilting on it. But just going to get this binding trimmed. Probably should have took this over to the other mat and used the rotary cutter on it, but it's fine. I'm excited to get to the exciting part. Chuck it inside out. Okay, now that I have that all trimmed up, I'm going to turn it over and check and make sure that I caught all of the binding. This one got close, but it did catch. This got real close. Okay, so this one got real close. I think it'll be okay, but I'm just going to go ahead and do a zigzag stitch. It's still going to be in my seam allowance, but I just want to make sure that it's going to catch. It's not going to pull out of there. Okay. H. Okay. Being mindful and changing my stitch back so I don't have a mess up. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, here's my opening here. Oh, let me trim my corners. I am enjoying being back on the sewing journey. It's been a long, long time. All right, here's my opening here. So I'm going to reach in and I'm going to grab this corner, pull it through, turn these. Okay. Then I you can use whatever you have. I don't have chopsticks. I use my bone folder. I get in there and push the corners through. I like that. That's a nice corner. Another nice corner. As I was showing my daughter-in-law the progress of my hot pad journey, and she doesn't sew. She wants to learn to sew, and anyway, so I was showing her, and I says, "Oh, I just love these hot pads. They have so much character, because the uh, the corners." And I'm sure, doing the real binding method using bias, making your own bias, but still, mitered corners are something to practice to get good. But perfection is overrated, right? You know, God made us perfect in His eyes, not the eyes of people you pass by. All right. There's always one corner that, is a little more rounded when the other three are pointed, and that's this corner. But we haven't gotten to this one yet. We'll see. It might just be. So now I'll press this and see this is where the opening is here. And that bias, once you get it pressed, then it's going to be the same. And then you're just going to top stitch all along there anyway. And that closes that up. And then you can add your quilting stitches. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to use the rounded end and go up in my seam to push that out so that when I press it, it's not rolled under there. Sorry, I'm having trouble getting. I'm sorry if I go out of camera because I'm trying to. Uh, Thank you, Jesse. It, I'm excited. I'm excited about this one. I'll see family tonight, but I'm not going to give it to her yet because I want to make some of this size too for her to go along with this. A nice gift is to give one oversized one like this and then two of the other ones like I made, because then it's like the casserole dish can fit on this, and then the round Pyrex dishes can fit on this. And so then it's like you just lay them out there because I've seen family buffets, uh, my hometown, and they were like throwing all kinds of hot pads. I mean, from the drawer the regular size hot pads that you would take out of the oven, and so they're small, and the whole counter full of those. Whereas, like, I'm looking forward to making my sister-in-law a set. They do like my brother's a hunter, and so I can get some like winter, and they have winter there, of course. Get some winter themed with some deer and stuff like that. You know, the buffalo plaid as the background thing. Okay, so I'm ready to press that. Sewing is messy, y'all. All these threads. It's like the rhinestoners, we walk around with block dots all over us. Sewing, we have threads. It's not an ugly thing. It's just a working thing. So this corner is the one that's given me is the one with character. I wonder it. And I am done fiddling with it. It will just be the one with character. Okay, so here. Oh, not going to sleep. Yeah, Lady Bear, because you're at work. If you were at home, you could go to sleep. Okay, so this is how we look now. See, so it's already got the binding, and that's what I love about it. And so then now, this is where the opening is, and then like I said, the top stitching will close that up, and then all of this stitching is wonderful. Just smooth this out in here. And then once I go around, and get this, and you're just going to do what they call, I guess, the stitch in the ditch. You're just going to be a really close stitch here to close that up. And then once you do that, then you could do your quilting. You don't have to, but it's really puffy if you don't, and you don't want to take a chance of over time that batting, getting loose or something. You never know how people treat your stuff, but if they throw it in the dryer and which they will, there's no reason why they wouldn't be able to. But you know how washing gets things twisted and stuff. So anyway, tumbling. All right, so I want to make sure that that's up there. That's good, Jess. You got all that. Are you off to? Oh yeah, today's Wednesday. Get your day off where you can get a lot of your work done. Get your machines working for you. Okay. Hey, Karen D. Welcome in. Work done with minimum family. Oh, well, you have that too. Yeah, that's when I had the family growing up. Um, they that's what I would always, everybody was safely home, everybody was tucked in bed. That's when I would enjoy my nights. Um, um Staying up all night. Then I was like, sometimes I would just be crawling in bed just before my husband was getting up for work. So yeah, he said he always knew that I was sneaking in, but at least I was home. But okay, Karen, be careful in the bushes. Oh, wait. Okay. I saw my needle moving. I go, wait. I thought it was still on zigzag, and I remember clearly that I had switched it over. It was just my needle will move. I mean, it it kind of floats, I guess. I don't know what to say. It can switch from left side to right side. And I think that's what I saw. Either that or I was just seeing things. Jess, do you have your 3D printers running, working for you? I saw you had the DTF. I couldn't read the whole thing. Well, I keep hitting the phone. Okay, can you still hear me? Okay. Now if you have like if you're a sewist and you um have your labels where that opening is, that would be a place where you can tuck in your label. Hey, myself, Marlies. Sorry. Yes, making snakes currently. in the last top stitch. Okay, Alice B, thank you for coming in. Thank you for your compliments. Yes, I'll post it in the post below when I get it finished. Because once I finish this top stitch, then I'll be doing the quilting part. Y'all being here is helping me to not quit. I keep saying I can do hard things, I can do hard things, and it's just like, okay, this is it. Just stitched all along here. There was a where I ran off of the edge, and so I redid that area. But then there's an area over here as well, and I'll fix that later. Because that stitching. I don't think you can see it, but it's just really, really, really close because it was struggling with the thickness to get through. Like I said, mine is just a craft machine. Just a Okay. Can you hear me? All right. Yeah, I bumped my phone. You know, I think I got a call that came in that, and so that booted me out, and I didn't notice it because I wasn't looking at it. But and I don't have I have the I have the sound for the ringer off, so I didn't hear it ringing. Not that I would have answered it, but anyway. All right, so now I'm just gonna do, hey JV, thank you. Thank you, Jess. You're just coming in, please be sure to click the like button, the thumbs up button. Thank you. Okay, so I had a mishap. I did this the other night too, where I lifted up the the presser foot to rearrange it, and then I forgot to put it down. So I had that and so I'll take that out later, because I can fix that after the show. Right now, I'm just going to move on to the next step. So far I have the stitch in the ditch and then a 1/4 inch. Now I'm going to add the masking tape to um, create the border. Um, what's my time? 1:40. So, mhm. Wow, where is it? Interesting. It looks like it's right there. Yeah, there it is. Oh, sorry, you couldn't even see. I had struggled to trying to find the end of this. Okay, so I'm using this in case you haven't seen the other videos and you weren't here in the beginning. So I'm using the tape to mark out my lines instead of drawing a line. So let's just get that. I'm going to use my regular scissors to cut tape. Because I'm going to do as a square, I'm going to mark that now. Sure is a lot of, I don't know if you see that, but the bulk. Okay, so I'm not stitching on the tape, I'm stitching next to the tape. Okay, just talking to each other, so that's good. All right, these are my regular scissors. Putting those away. I'm gonna you can roll it up and tuck it in here and tuck it under here. I like to go along this inside edge. I can see that better. So so if you do this masking technique instead of using the marking pen, just make sure you use low tack, so that it doesn't gum up your needle, or it doesn't leave residue on your fabric. All right, so let's see. I got to turn this. Okay. It was much easier making the smaller ones, but this is going to be great. Doing this project, I just realized the the amount between here and here is a lot smaller. From here to here is a lot smaller than what my Viking was, and it's like, how did I sew blankets back in the day? Oh yeah, I had more room to work with and a wider bed, you know. But I am making do with what I have. Because my Viking is from 1971, and it's they don't make parts for it anymore. If it needed it, so she is just put away. Okay, that was the last edge to do. Why? Okay, so there's the I did stitch on the masking tape in a couple places. It just comes out. Mm, this is- mm, okay. All right, so then my next stitching, I'm going to do a quarter inch from this stitching. So it'll be wide, small, wide. And my bobbin thread broke right at the end, which is fine. It was right at the end. And it's fine now. I hope it's fine. Okay. Carry on. Can you still hear me? Another call came through. I could see. I think there's an election coming up. For some reason, California still has me as, I don't know. They haven't updated their list. I've lived here since 2022. High Up Designs. Is it your lunchtime? No, it's almost 2 o'clock. It's almost 3 o'clock your time. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate that. I'm just doing the quilting part of this oversized hot pad. Yes, up designs. That was the same for me. Work kept getting in the way. I used to have to hide my phone underneath the keyboard and wear headset, so I could only listen. I couldn't watch, which I think might be better than having to just watch and not be able to know what's being said. Yeah. Okay. That was the end of my bobbin. Okay, I'm going to be threading my bobbin, so I'm going to mute this so that you don't have to listen to that. So the sound will be off. One of these days I'll have more bobbins, um, but it has to be a specific kind for this machine. So I have to find out. I have to look it up and find out. Maybe my local machine will have them because I would love to just have backups already prepared, not only for the sake of, the lives, but when I'm working on a sewing project, I want to be able to continue. Okay. Where are you? Why are you there? Okay. Okay, it's becoming comical now. I apologize if you hear people talking. They're resurfacing our road, and I think they might be on break, but they're right outside. I can hear them. They, of course, aren't speaking English, but if you know Spanish, you might know what they're saying. Okay, so we go up through there and around there and over here and there. Okay. Oh, I'm going to mute you again. All right. Sound is back. Hey, Spill and Diversity. Thank you for coming in. Is it the lunch bushes or dinner or just taking a break? Okay, there we go. Okay, we're back in business. So, um, there's spool of thread, full bobbin. We're good. Except for it's all messed up here. I'm going to just take that. Sorry. So I'm just going to take, oh, you can't say sorry. Sorry. So I'm just going to take, I don't know if you could see. I'm just going to take this much out because that's when the bobbin started to lose its step as it was running out. So, because this part will be seen. So tell them, just don't look at the back side. Okay. All right, let's go. Okay, so I've done stitch in the ditch and a 1/4 inch from the binding. Then I did the that painter's tape and then 1/4 inch from that. Go to, but I'm not experienced this bulk before, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I guess this is going to be mine, and I still have. I have to. have to work on creating this to be better. So I'm going to go ahead and do another row of the masking tape. We'll just see what's going on. Maybe more quilting can disguise or take care of that bulk, but we'll see. So I'm just going to go the masking tape width. Oh wait, that's was sewn on, so it's like a. So we'll just keep going. Good thing this is just a project to make a project, and it was going to be a gift that she knows about. I mean, I was telling her. But I do want to make these for the holiday for my family back in the Midwest, because they celebrate that, the with the whole big family thing and fanciness. We have a nice meal. We don't break out the china or whatever, and we'll actually be short. We might not even be home because my great grands will be they're moving in 40 some days, so they're leaving Texas for a good reason. Their dad is back from deployment, and it will not be deployed for another 3 years, so they're going to go live with him. All right, maybe this will clear up. Maybe I can figure out how to take care of this. A lower loft of batting. It has to be cotton. I'm not familiar, Kristen. Maybe just one layer. I should try just one layer. But even with the bowl koozies, we use two. So I don't know. But I'll try that out. I mean, I didn't have this problem with the I didn't have that problem with this size. It's just this rectangle size, the big one, which is where'd my notes? It's my to-do list. I just use, oh, here it is. So so this one is 14.5 by 19.5, which is probably bigger than I need. But I didn't have problems with this one or this one. And they're different sizes too. But anyway. Or maybe quilt the batting to the pieces before sewing. Yeah, you know what? I think that's what's going on, is because I did quilt the batting with these, and I didn't with this one. Because this you have to turn, you turn it inside out. But we'll room to keep playing. Thank you for your suggestions. It helps. helps try and figure it out because it's not making sense other than the size. But yeah, that's what I always quilt the batting um before I finish it. No, I don't have to send this. I want to send. I'm sorry, this is over 2 hours long. Thank you, Jesse. I should be wearing Marilyn's Just Breathe shirt because that's what I keep telling myself. Just breathe, just breathe. Like I said, I appreciate y'all being here because if you aren't here, I would be done. And I'm not saying done making the project, but done working on the project. But I'd like to make these um, for, thank you, Marilyn. I'd like to make these, and I've made more difficult things. I just had a better machine, and I don't. Hey, Danny, and I don't want to say that. I don't want to talk badly about my girl because she is a good workhorse. You know. Mm, okay, make sure it's down. Mm. Okay, so then this last round, I'm just doing a 1/4 inch from the last stitch. I'll probably be taking all this out because it doesn't look right. But I want to see. I just want to do this last one just to, even though I'm probably taking it all out to get the stitches right. Oh boy. Yeah, my baby's not happy. She's got she's got all loopy. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, so yeah, that's gonna come out. This is a mess. This is a hot mess. But anyway, it's done. Um and I don't know what's going on with her, but anyway, um watch the replay if you are just coming in to see the technique of the no bind uh, with the binding technique. I have another technique that I've just been studying, and she doesn't do the quilting. She talks about it, but she doesn't do the quilting. And she says she's not doing the quilting because she wants to keep it beginner friendly. And I'm like, I want to see the quilting. But anyway, so that's another technique I'll learn. But this is a wrap for now. There is still that puckering right here, and but the stitches are messed up. The stitches are messed up. So yeah, thank you, Jesse. And it's still usable. It's still usable. So I mean, my daughter-in-law would not mind at all. Because her pan, will still fit on here and it will still protect the surface. And UPS just delivered. Anyway, so but for me to be making these as gifts, I do want to get it figured out on how to do it. But oh, my rulers are put away already. So this started off as where is it? 14 and a half by 19 and a half. The back, I don't know what it measures to because I already put my rulers away. And so, but that's good enough to like put on the bobbin side stitching. I need to figure that issue out too. Oh, okay. So yeah, it doesn't always do it. I don't know why is it doing it today? But even so, because the bottom bobbin is messing up, then it makes these stitches look like micro dots. So my sewing teacher just would not. She says, the inside of your garment should look as nice as the outside of the garment. My outside of the garment doesn't look nice. But anyway, but I mean, I made up the measurements myself. So maybe I don't need to make it this big. I'll have to measure her biggest pan. But anyway, I had to stitch in the ditch on my wall hanging, turned it over and thought, what is happening here? And yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll still take it. Everybody will get a good laugh. I'll take it over there tonight and show her. Because because like I said, she wants to learn how to sew, and and if I can get a good laugh, she can get a good laugh, and know that it happens even to the most experienced. Your sewing machine is about 20 years old, and if it's not broke, don't fix it. Right, right. And that's with my laptop. My laptop is from 2009 or 19, 2019. No, 2009. So I got it when I started working in pathology, and that was 2009. And yeah, the sound isn't great, so I have to use my phone. But anyway, we use what we have, and until we can do better. So anyway, so thank you. Thank you. So, and I do have more fabric because I wanted to make some more of these, but so that's what it looks like. And and I like the technique. It was much better on the smaller ones. I mean, and these are smaller, and they're still bigger than what you would use to pull something out of the oven. And it'll still protect your table. But then, so I still have one more technique that I want to show, um, but I will practice that one first. So this is these two on top of this. See, this is what I mean by the character. Isn't that cute? So, but they are usable, and and I took these over last night, and my daughter-in-law, she moved her parents in with her. They're permanently here now, and so I was alone with her mom, and I says, "Oh, look what I made," and she didn't know she thought I was giving them to her and sh to watch TV with. I don't know, but anyhow, but anyway, so if y'all didn't see Monday's live, our night owl crafting, Miss Lena Doyle and I go live 9:15 Central PM, and we have a good time. We had a special guest this Monday. It was 755 Media LLC, and she had did an upside down painting of me the first Saturday of this month. The picture is upside down and the canvas is upside down, so she's painting it upside down while she's blindfolded. So then after she does that, then she paints. If you want the picture, if you want the painting, um uh with her seeing it, she'll do that. And so she did that. She's doing that. And I went up on stage with her on last Wednesday, and then she just was I was the live model, her first live model that she was using. And so then she came up on Monday night with Miss Lena and I, and so she was doing her painting. She says, "Oh, but I don't sew." And I says, "No, do what you want to do, so that the audience can be introduced to your channel and see what you're doing." So it was really interesting. We had a lot of fun. And so she will be live on her channel tonight at 7:55 p.m. Central, and she may be finishing up my painting, or she may be starting something new. But it's called Whip Up Wednesday. It's on her channel on 755 Media, and so I did this one on our live. Lena was working on some Christmas stocking treat bags that she's donating to the Head Start program in her area, and she's also working on a bucket hat. So we just work on what we're working on, just late night crafting. And but we do have a scheduled guest. Our next scheduled guest that's on our calendar is Lisa, MBA Lisa. She'll be coming up, and the three of us will be making children's aprons. And so we've got that scheduled. She has Tuesday off, so she can stay up with us. And but if anybody else wants to join, sometime, just contact me. We'll get you on the calendar. You could do what you need, whatever you do that you want to introduce your channel to. If you don't have a channel and you just want to come up and craft with us, just let us know. Add you to the calendar. But Monday night, 9:15 Central PM. Thank you, Robin. Yeah, I'm just working the technique, and like I said, it's like eventually I will do the real binding, but I just like to introduce simple ways, for the beginner sewer. And so far, this technique is the technique I like the best. This one was where the back was wider, and then you fold over, but everything was shifting, and it didn't leave. It's supposed to leave like this much binding. It didn't leave that much binding, but I still like it. I still like it. I actually put it here and then have my dinner plate on it because it's big enough for that. So anyway, alrighty. Well, I'm gonna let you go. We've been on for 2 hours and 45 minutes, which is long for my Wednesday afternoon. But it's all good. I really appreciate y'all being here. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button and watch the replay. And until then, till next time. So I go live Monday night, 9:15 p.m. and then Wednesdays at 11:45 a.m. Central Time. Till next time, peace.